Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM, and if you're enjoying what you're seeing on the channel at the moment, how about giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to us here at the channel to help us grow. Today I'm stood next door to the big red thing and I'm in the shed, so it must be time for what's broken now. And for once, we're starting this off with a positive, with something that hasn't actually broken. You'll notice the big red thing is back in the shed. It has returned from being tested, it has some shiny new front tyres, and most importantly, it has a clean bill of health, with them saying it's been well looked after throughout its life. So that's super. So that's good. I was going to do some driving around with it, but there's a lot of stuff in the shed and fine. If you want to see it out and about though, we should, all being well, be at the Mid-Suffolk Light Railway over the Easter bank holiday Sunday, Monday thing. Yes, so we should be there with it, and we should also hopefully be on the Ipswich Felixstowe road run with it later on in the year, but more details on that. But hopefully it will be there and it's behaving well. So that's an exciting start. And that's where the excitement kind of stops. So here I am in the Mini, and my Mini is perfect in every single way, apart from for one. And this is quite a notable flaw, because down here, if I put my key into the ignition, twist it so everything powers up, and then twist it the whole way, nothing happens. Now, I rather suspect that this was caused by the ignition. It worked. It worked. So that was quite good. I suspect this is the ignition switch that's failed, because as you can see, sometimes it works. The reason it's here at the shed is because it wouldn't start the other day here at the shed, so I ended up going home another way. And previously it broke down on the fuel station at Asda when I was putting some fuel into it, and it sat there. I was on the phone to the AA for half an hour, and when they finally picked up and said, "Hello, how can we help you?" I'd been sitting there idly just twisting it back and forth, and it fired up. So part of the plan today is to replace the ignition switch on this. Right, so stage one of this is to remove this piece here, which apparently if you just pull it hard enough, it will just pop out. It does. How about that? What's connected thus? That's the... Oh, how are we going to remove you? Come on, out you come. That's the headlight adjuster. The next thing I need to do actually is to remove this. Now apparently this just pulls off as well, and I am dubious about that, but apparently it does not feel like that's going to... Yep, there you go. Yeah, actually that was just putty done. Okay, that did just go off. So that's what we're left with, and that's the thing that came off. It's got this is a T25, which apparently should locate with these bits in here. Oh, yep, that feels T25 it is. So theoretically, this all should now just kind of drop off. It should. There we go. Come on, just... Oh, it's stupid. Plastic. That's fine, I can go back in there. So having discarded that, we can come back in here, and that is the ignition barrel, but I need to come right under here and try and remove that there, which really can't be that difficult, can it? Because it's just going to be a simple pull out thing, right? Oh, this is confusing me. I try pushing it, pulling it up, pushing it and pulling it. Oh, that's ingenious. Does this now release? It does. Okay. Well, that's our union, and this is the ignition switch there. That's positive. Right. So now there's two screws. Where on earth are you attached? We'll have to take out is this little screw in here.
Now we don't have to take this all the way out. And the same for that one. Come on. They just need to be loosened. And that should allow this to release. Not quite, apparently. That one. And come on. That one. Right. No, and that's that.
And that is what I hope is my failed component, which is hopefully going to be solved by putting this new one in. Hopefully. They look the same, they do the same thing. So hopefully it will work, he says optimistically. I really hope that was the one that just came out of it. So, underneath we go.
Like so. And that clips in like that, so now I just need to do up those bolts.
My friendly screwdriver. Again. Just work out where that goes.
Right, that goes tight. Plug goes back in. Locator clip goes back in. Win.
So in there, these have got to kind of clip in.
That clips there. Okay.
Is that all of you? Yes. This clips back in. That goes back in there. Then this goes up. That pushes in. That pushes in. And that is it changed. Success.
So now it's that moment of truth. Put the key in and find out, have I actually fixed it or is it some other issue? And I am a genius. I've actually fixed something. Off and excellent. I know what I'm doing. I'm a mechanic-y person now.
As faults go, it wasn't the worst it could have. At least it was a simple fix, which is more than I can say for trying to get Jep to start. Many of you guys gave me lots of advice, so I decided to follow some of it through. Now, when I last attempted to start this, many of you went, oh, it's the glow plugs, which I tend to agree, but some of you went, oh, I can't see anything on the pepper pot, and so I bought a replacement. Now, I suspect the reason we can't see anything on the pepper pot is because I think it's working because you can smell it's hot, but there's a plate across the front of this. So we're going to zip it off, put this one in and see if it makes any difference to how easily it will start.
So all we're going to do is put a spanner onto there like so and twist. Right, that comes undone, that comes undone, and that will push and appear. Does this have long enough wires to actually reach down here? That's the question. Probably not.
Come on, back you come.
Well, here we are. And there it is. Wow, that's basic. So there we are, one coil. Now what we can do is, if we're clever about this, put some power on and some glow and see if it lights up. And that will tell us if it's working or not. As long as we keep it not touching anything. We get the battery, we put the positive on the positive, and we put negative on the negative. And now, if we do this, which is the glow, we can see if this thing does anything. Interestingly, there's magic smoke coming off here. Oh yeah, no, that's glowing. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that was making unpleasant things. It smells very hot and burny. That, and I don't know if you saw some magic smoke appearing out of there. But there was magic smoke. Shouldn't have been magic smoke. Good old Lucas Electronics. Let's just disconnect the battery. Yeah, that smells of failure. Well, it's glowing, but clearly it doesn't work, so I might as well try putting the new unit on. Assuming the new unit will fit. So that's it, having disassembled it, and I just go through the hole, so that's the start. Right, let's go and find some things to disconnect this beautiful thing. And to my lovely board of many things. Right, what we do need is a nice screwdriver. And that looks like a nice screwdriver. Because it's covered in dust. There we go, that's one. And so just undo a bit more, and yep. So, old one with the sealed pepper pot that I don't understand. Coil behind it there. That goes up. I don't. Oh, I genuinely don't get this. Versus modern one. So we'll try put the new one. As I say, I understand why this one was so smelly, because it's very dusty. Every time this fired up, we were burning the dust off it. It did work though, so it glue. So the resistancy thing was doing its thing. We'll try putting this shiny new one on and see what difference it makes. I'm suspecting nothing at all, but you never know. I'm willing to be surprised and pleasantly surprised. And I am dubious. I've got to somehow clamp one of these cables. How? This is not designed for this. That's what I've learnt. Oh, this is going to be a massive pain in the backside. Okay, I just need to get the screw. And somehow you can't quite ever get to what you need to get to. Ah! Oh, tractors are so aggravating. How is this meant to work? I'm at a complete and utter loss. Whoever designed this and what they were smoking at the time. Because that clearly not designed to go onto this. Is designed go on. Find the little hole you think I'm meant to find and start turning. No! Oh my! I know you're meant to go into there like that. Oh, this is so aggravating. There's nowhere I can be. Oh! If this worked and it runs afterwards, it will be all worth the effort. But as I suspect it's not going to. This is getting negative feedback on eBay because it doesn't do what it's meant to do, which is fit my tractor. It has but one job, That's a fit to this tractor. And it does. Oh, hello. Oh my, I've done it. Yay! One more to go. Should have taken this off first. Well, the one we're certainly going to lose it. Yep. This one might be easier because I've got a slightly longer bit of wire to play with this time. Now it's going to be harder because I've got to try and make this wire reach there. Come on. This is possibly the most complicated thing I've ever done. I love tractors, but I hate working on tractors because everything is always hidden away somewhere stupid like this. Like, oh yeah, you're not going to have to want to replace that. Don't worry, you just have to take the whole dash off, or be in an angle that's just not humanly possible to be in. No. Come on, be in the right position. No. Ah! Stabbed myself in the mouth with a screwdriver. Oh, yes. Yes, I think we have a thing. Fiddle that through like that. Get the new washer, the new nut. Feels right. Ah. Oh. Let's get that a little bit of encouragement to. And now I can put the pepper pot on the top, so just make sure that's. I'll tighten that up later if this works. And pepper pot on. Come on, find your place. Ta-da! Battery back on. Positive. Negative, and see if it goes spark or anything. Nope. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that glowing, absolutely right hot. So that should now mean that they should go. What? Right. Toss that out. Do. It glows red, and it glows red. I'm not sure. Oh. That's exhaust pipe rolling away. What do you think? Do you think that's made a difference? It certainly sounded a bit more excited than it has done in the past. I mean, that glows up pretty quickly, and well, that's another flat battery. Try again next month.
So do let me know in the comments below if you think it was purely psychological or you think the new pepper pot has made a difference. Previously, when I've turned it over with no glow or insufficient glow, it's just turned over. There's been no compression, no pop, no cough, no nothing. So the fact it did immediately after that makes me think maybe this has improved matters. I don't know, but we'll find out in, well, next month. We'll try starting it and see what happens. For progress though, we have been busy because we've made more progress with the Lotuses. Before we could lift the body from the frames, we had to disconnect all of the bits that connect the two. Now, most of the electrics had been done by Morgan ages ago, and so it was just a matter of doing some of the pipework.
You do, of course, assume that I can get it off.
You want me to pull it off?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it was round. Is it? The snip's coming up for this one. Why don't...
There's another option.
Yeah? Snip it?
Well, that or undo that one. And pull it out there.
Yeah, try that. Like that.
Should be already.
Nothing has moved there at all.
No.
Screwdriver. That's the way to deal with this.
Screwdriver.
Snips are a thing you use as a matter of last resort. As an engineer, first you use screwdriver because I'll be honest with you, viewer. I set that up as a bit to then go get the snips to cut to it, but I've actually managed to do it with a screwdriver. So, go me. Yay. Right, what next? Is that engine or is that... I don't know. That's body, I think. Right, brakes. I think they're almost loose. The thing that we need to remember about this, that this was actually, once upon a time, in my ownership, a road-going car. It had an MOT and everything. So there is significantly more stuff to try and remove in order to get it to the next stage of body off. And yeah, that is a problem. There are also some other kind of slight issues with this. Now you might see my torch that's laid at a funky angle. And think, this one's got a magnetic bottom. Useful, because it's picked up all the nuts. And you might think, oh, how useful. You could put it anywhere. There is nothing magnetic on this car. It's a damn aluminium block. Everything part of it. Oh, there we go. I can stick it. I can stick it on the fuel filter. That was a success, wasn't it? Brilliant. I hate this. Oh, I've got that off actually. No, I haven't. Oh, I have. That's off. Yeah. 3 more. We're almost at the stage of actually being able to lift this thing, and disconnecting continues. And there are certain things like trying to take the power feed off for the solenoid that will fire the starter motor is here, and I have precisely this much room between the exhaust and the sump to slowly try to release the nut that holds the contact on. I mean, it's the kind of thing which makes you realise, you know, if the guy who built this was still alive, I would hunt him down and kill him. Probably though, considering this was a car built in the 70s, the conversion was probably done late 70s, early 80s, he's probably not with us anymore. Is that a QR code? Who did this? It's got a car's got a poxy QR code on it. I don't even think the car was on the... Oh, God. Oh, maybe the guy was around. Undo the bolt. Well, we've learnt something. Apparently this car was alive. That's had a modern starter put on it. With a QR code. Ow. Off you come, wires. Off you come. Ah, one big chunky wire disconnected. What on earth is this, which is seeped in... Oh God, that's old oil. Seeped in oil, I guess this was heat protection for the cable, which literally touches the exhaust under there. However, now that this has been disposed of, we're ready to actually lift the body off the chassis, because there is nothing else attaching it whatsoever. Probably.
It turns out it is actually quite a bit of hard work, and that's where we shall leave it for this month. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what we've been up to here inside the shed, and of course do leave a comment, let us know what you want us to see us work on and what you think we've done wrong, which is probably quite a lot of it. And if you have enjoyed this one, how about clicking somewhere on the screen there for some other misadventures with that thing and other What's Broken Now. And with that, thank you all very much for watching. Remember, we've got the Patreon, there is the Discord. You can find everything that in the video description. And that, ta-ra!